All right, welcome back, everyone. It is time now for Education Matters. And of course, we're here with Dr. Craig Douglas. So, Dr. Douglas, thanks for being here. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
So good to see you. I'm doing great.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So it's hard to believe that we're this far into school already. First quarter is already underway. So today we're talking about tips for a successful school year to continue that. So Dr. Douglas, of course, that routine may be established already, but what are some ways that they can add to the routine just to help them a little bit in the classroom?
Yeah, right, Blake. I thought, reflecting where we're at in the school year, November's dawning. Next week is the last day of October, right? We're already into November. So I went to the web and found a great resource. His name's Daniel Wong. Daniel Wong. If you Google him, parents, I'm sure you can pull up a lot of information that he has to offer on how to be successful in school, and he hits on the very first thing you mentioned, and that's routines. Establishing routines at work. For example, let's say an elementary child has a weekly spelling test. Well, a routine might establish where the teacher gives the spelling words to the kids early in the week, Monday or Tuesday, and then at home, the youngster can rehearse those spelling words a couple times, maybe a couple times each day, maybe write the words out, maybe use the words in sentence. In other words, the repetition and the routine can be blended in together. So by the time the spelling test day rolls around, if it's like a Thursday or Friday, it's like a piece of cake for the youngster. Conversely, if procrastination is involved, and not being judgmental, I'll admit I was a procrastinator too, but if that routine is not established, then it can be a bigger challenge and maybe less successful.
Very good. And so for our test takers, some students challenge taking tests. What would you suggest to help them maybe prepare better?
Well, I'm going to kind of draw on my example, over-prepare. By over-preparing, and again, maybe the spelling test is a little too easy, but whatever the test is, social studies, whatever, if the student's over-prepared for it, they go into it with much confidence, that's going to help beat back some of the anxiety. And also, you'll find there are ways to channel the anxiety into productive energy by maybe taking deep breaths. I go back to the old coaching thing in me. If you're shooting a foul shot and it's a pressure foul shot, do the same routine all over and over. Same for tests. If you have a routine going into getting ready for the test, take those deep breaths, try and focus, stay within yourself, channel the anxiety into productive energy, then the results can be much more beneficial.
Very good, and very helpful as well. So, of course, note-taking is a big part of school, and I always remember trying to keep up with the teacher. So what tips do you have for taking notes, and when you do have those notes, how can we use those in a fresh way?
I love two tips that Daniel Wong offers. One, and that is when new information is presented in a class, coach the youngster to go over it immediately so that the new information is not as new. And the understanding might not be there the first maybe time or two through the material, but the understanding then gets built. Second, Wong really encourages kids to rewrite notes in their own words over and over. Again, repetition is a great way for us to retain the information, and that's the goal, right? The information is new, we need to figure out how to retain that information, and then later apply the information. So you have all these stages of learning that kids go through. So the bottom line, I like what Wong has to offer. I really would direct parents there. And this is still, it's a quarter of the way through the school year, but there's still opportunity for tweaks, adjustments, and improvements.
We could always be our better version.
Very well put.
Thank
Yes,
you.
always can be our better version.
So Dr. Douglas, of course we can't talk about school and kids without getting their parents involved. So how do you suggest parents just check in on their student, make sure they're in the right spot?
Communication, nonverbal communication too. I think parents become great radar readers of their kids. If they detect something's wrong, question to clarity to see if there is something wrong and try to get beneath the surface, and then rapid communication back to the school, whether it's a Facebook post for the classroom or an email exchange or a text exchange with the teacher, whatever that system is. Going back to Wong again, get a system, get into that communication link, and then get on the problem and get it corrected right off the bat. You know, with so many bugs going around, I see pieces that you have on flu and whatever. It might be a physical thing. It could be a health thing.
Yeah.
Get beneath whatever's going on and try and debug it and get at the root cause.
This has been great, very wide-ranging. So thank you for coming in, Dr. Douglas.
Thank you. Take care.
Absolutely.
All
You
right.
too. And of course, if you want more information on these great tips, just go to the lifestyle page that's on our website, WNEM.com. Stick around. There's more TV5 News at 9 right after this break.